My name is Ryan Creech, Reservation for Gerber Scout Reservation. If you're new to this call, we will be using the chat room for questions, concerns, or comments. At the end, we'll have a session to address a lot of those if we don't already address them through the chat room. I would like to start off by first introducing the leadership team for the 2019 summer. We have RJ Vancouvering, who will be the camp director for the Boy Scout side or the Scout BSA side. We have Dan Oler as the program director for the Scouts BSA side. Andrew Brown as the camp director for the Betty Ford Adventureland, and Spencer Snope as the program director for Betty Ford Adventureland. I'd like to go around, if we could, and just take a quick minute. I'm going to ask everybody to just kind of introduce themselves and what Boy Scout troop they're from, or their favorite ice cream. So whoever would like to go first, go ahead.
Dibs.
You got it, dude.
Hi, I'm Fedora. I'm from Troop 228, and my favorite ice cream flavor is cookie dough.
Okay, I'll go next. Hello, my name is Flippers. I'll be on club side this year. I'm from Troop 1193, and my favorite ice cream flavor is Blue Moon. Definitely not the purple cow kind.
My man.
That was the wrong answer.
Are we? Not anymore.
Hi, I'm Carol. I am not from a Boy Scout camp, but I used to work at Camp Hiawatha, and my favorite is probably cookie dough. It's a good choice. Well, hi, I'm Whoops. I'm also not a part of a troop, and I'm really not supposed to have ice cream. My favorite flavor is probably cookies and cream when I'm allowed to have it, Carol. She's lactose intolerant.
Great, thanks, you guys. After you've your introduction, please put yourself back on mute. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Thor. I was a member of Troop 209, and my favorite ice cream flavor is mint moose tracks of the purple cow variety.
Hi, my name is Sassafras. I'm a part of Troop 325. This will be my 4th year on camp, and my favorite flavor of ice cream is cookies and cream.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jacques Behar. It's my first year on Gerber camp staff, 26 years prior camp staff. My favorite ice cream is chocolate mint, and I work with the council.
Hello, my name is Deja Vu. I'm with Troop 2486. Favorite flavor is birthday cake.
I'm Isabel, and my favorite flavor of ice cream is mint.
Hello, I'm Redford from Troop 1023, and my favorite ice cream is moose tracks.
Hello, my name is David, otherwise known as Alvin. I don't have a Boy Scout troop, but I worked here last year, and my favorite ice cream is mint chocolate chip.
Hello, I am David's brother. My name's Shad. I haven't been to Boy Scout yet, and my favorite ice cream is mint chocolate chip.
There's 2 of them.
I'm in the troop to be in next month, 344.
352.
352. I also have my favorite ice cream is chocolate extreme.
Hi, my name's Edward. I'm in Troop 352, and my favorite ice cream is Greenland and cream.
Hello, I'm Elijah. You can call me Rook. I'm part of 6344, and I like cookies and cream.
I not part of Boy Scouts. My favorite ice cream is Moose Tracks.
I am Justice. I'm part of Troop 43, and my favorite ice cream is Triple Chocolate.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Badger. This is my 5th summer coming to camp. I'm on the Cub side, and my favorite ice cream is My Turtle ice cream.
Hi, my name's Miles. I'm from Troop 228. My favorite ice cream is Blue Moon.
Hey, my name's Andrew. I'm also from Troop 228, and my favorite ice cream is Tonight Dough.
Hi, I'm Peanut, and my favorite ice cream. I'm from Troop 228, and my favorite ice cream is cherry.
Hey, Sasquatch. I'm from Troop 147, and my favorite ice cream is vanilla.
My name is Ryan Hodges. I'm from Troop 231, and my favorite flavor of ice cream is cookies and cream.
Hey, this is John Zimos, or Johnny Verbeck. I really like chocolate chip cookie dough.
Hi, I'm Ben Zimos, for soup, and I really like any flavor of purple cow ice cream.
Got him.
I'm Broom from Troop 157, and my favorite kind of ice cream is vanilla of the Purple Cow variety.
What was that?
My name's Emily. I'm from Crew 593 and soon to be Troop 920, and my favorite flavor of ice cream is cake batter.
I'm Golem. I'm from Troop 43, and favorite ice cream would be chocolate chip cookie dough.
I'm Mathis Garin. I'm from Troop 43, and my favorite ice cream is vanilla.
I'm Eric Smith. I'm from Troop 290, and my favorite ice cream is probably mint.
Everybody get a chance to introduce themselves?
I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Quentin. I'm from Troop 281, and my favorite ice cream is strawberry.
I also forgot to introduce myself. I'm Caleb Rose, also known as Spade, and I'd say my favorite ice cream is rum.
I did not forget. I was merely waiting for the timid ones. My name is Claw. I'm formerly of Troop 147, and I'd have to say my favorite ice cream is Mint Oreo Meltdown.
I am Arcade. I am from Troop 147, and my favorite ice cream flavor is mint chocolate chip.
Hello, my name is Donovan, and I'm from Troop 1048. My favorite flavor of ice cream is sea salt ice cream.
Is that everyone?
I don't believe I heard otters.
All right. So this summer, we're going to have a bunch of new items going on at camp. We've got new leadership. We've got new guidebooks. We'll have a bunch of different new programs. We'll have a new thought on how we staff the camp. New training outlines for all of us as we prep and get ready for camp. We'll have new customers. We'll have girls experiencing their first summer camp experience on the Scout BSA side. A bunch of different new themes for all the different areas. New flair, new leader roundtables that we're going to do similar to this same experience for all of our Scout BSA customers, so that they can have an understanding before they get to camp on what we're doing and how we're doing it. And I got a team of individuals working on a whole new CIT program, which will be a pretty neat experience. And we've got a few new WOW items. So I'm going to turn it over to RJ.
Hey guys, I'm RJ or Grimace, whatever you prefer, preferably Grimace. All right, so this summer we're looking to do, well, before the summer actually, we're looking to do some trainings via this, but also in-person trainings at Gerber Scout Camp, which we will all be getting together to do shortly. We'll talk about that in a bit. But some of the things that we're looking to get us trained up in this before camp rolls around are stuff like merit badges. So before you guys can teach some merit badges on the Boy Scout camp, you gotta kind of know what you're doing. So we'll be doing trainings on how to make lesson plans, how to public speak to a class of people, to do everything that would entail. All right. Then we're going to be doing very specific trainings on EDGE, the EDGE method. We'll get to that I believe we're doing it via this format. It's going to be one of our online trainings. Same thing with Legendary Camp Camp Service. Now that is the basis pretty much of everything that we're going to be doing this summer. That's going to be our I guess Bible that we're going to be using very, very, I don't know the right word, but we're going to be following it to a T. And so we will be getting everybody a copy, which we expect everybody to read and learn and all that kind of stuff. We'll be going over time management, managing your time, public speaking, and problem solving. So being able to talk to a group of scouts, being able to talk to adult leaders, and helping them, working with them to solve problems, and also just solving problems on your own, because the older staff and the younger staff, there might not always be somebody there to help you do something in the moment. So we'll work on some of those skills. Health and safety, we'll be going over those things because those are important. Health and safety, right? Conflict resolution and counseling. So that's when things get kind of hairy. We'll be going over that. Group and classroom management, that goes back to merit badge training. This also applies to Cub Scout side. We don't have classrooms necessarily, but it's still group management and handling color groups and just large groups of people, right? The aims and methods of scouting. So most, if not all of you, should know the Scout Oath and Law and all that kind of stuff, but we'll go more in detail exactly what we're trying to do specifically. We'll go over our our mission statement. We'll go over what that means in our camp, and we'll be talking about all the points of the Scout Oath and Law and all that kind of stuff. Then we've got Disney customer service, just going back to legendary service, just good stuff. We talking about that. And then for everybody, all the Boy Scout staff that will be teaching merit badges and stuff, we'll teach you guys how to do blue cards and how to do all that kind of stuff electronically. All right. Ryan, did I miss any Did I not touch on anything as much as you'd like me to? We good? Moving on to the next slide.
Sorry, I couldn't unmute myself. So yeah, we just really want to make sure that before we get to summer camp, that everybody is 100% prepped in what they are asked to do. So we're going to try and do some different things. They may not always work perfect, right? But we're going to give it our do our best. So next slide. RJ.
Oh, so what you guys have in front of you, for those that can see it, we have our mission statement. All right, and I'm going to read that to you guys. Now just listen, all right? We, the Gerber Scout Reservation camp staff, are dedicated to providing our customers and guests a legendary Scout camp experience while participating in our life-enhancing year-round camp programs. We are committed to providing facilities, programs, and camp leadership that will consistently exceed the expectations of our customers and guests. Our Michigan Scout camps will be safe havens for experiencing the best of the adventures and values of the Boy Scouts of America. Now, this is the foundation of camp. This is our goal this summer. This is important, guys. We need to, as a staff, everybody needs to know this, and our expectation is that you guys know this almost by heart by the time camp rolls around, all right? We want you guys at one point in time or another during probably check-in of camp, we're all gonna get together and rattle this off for all the campers, all right? This is very important. We're holding ourselves to a very, very high standard this summer, all right? What that means is we're going to give it our all. We're going to be giving a legendary camp experience. Now, what that means is that we go the extra mile. We do the little things. We make sure that every kid, every adult leader, everyone who comes down the trail on our camp, they're going to be having a great time. All right. Numerically, what that means for camp this summer is we're reconfiguring, we're working out the kinks and the bugs on our evaluations that we hand out to the adult leaders. So what we are going to do this summer is we are going to get 95%. Our overall camp experience this summer will be 95%. And where that starts is right here with this mission statement of Camp Gerber. All right. So I'm going to read this one more time for you guys so you guys can really hear it now that I've explained kind of what it is. All right. So we, the Gerber Scout Reservation camp staff, are dedicated to providing our customers and guests a legendary Scout camp experience while participating in our life-enhancing year-round camp programs. We are committed to providing facilities, programs, and camp leadership that will consistently exceed the expectations of our customers and guests. Our Michigan Scout camps will be the safe havens for experiencing the best of the adventures and values of the Boy Scouts of America. All right? So that's what we're expecting of you guys this summer. We're expecting you guys to be the best, just be the best. We're setting a very high bar, and that all starts here. It starts with us, starts with you guys. I'm beginning to ramble at this point, Ryan.
That's okay. So again, you know, one of the things that I'd like to see us do is I would like to see us state this mission statement to the campers when they come into camp at some form or fashion. If it's at the dinner of the first uh, uh, dining hall experience, then fine. Well, but we'll find a time to do it. And I'd really like you guys, when we get these legendary camp manuals, that you take time and you memorize this mission statement. Now, I'm not best at memorizing stuff. I'm sure many of you aren't either, but let's do our best to try and live by this and make this summer the best summer we've ever had. Best summer we've ever had. So the next slide is leader guidebooks. So the Boy Scout Leader Guidebook is done and published. We're working to get it on the web here pretty soon. The Cub Scout Leader Guidebook is in the works. We will be trying to accomplish to get that done by this week, so that you guys can all have and see that. I'm going to share. I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see what the Leader Guidebook looks like for the Boy Scout side, at least, and we kind of go through it and discuss it. So like RJ said, the definition of a legendary scout camp experience is defined as and measured when a resident camp's cumulative score of leadership evaluation matrix exceeds the 95% of all overall summer camp experiences. So one of the things that a lot of you don't know, we challenged all other 4 resident camps to try and beat us in this in our leader evaluations. So we got a little stake in the game right now. Inside the guide, it has a short little history about the camp. I think that would be important for some of you guys to know, that the camp has been around since 1950s, and there's a lot of cool information in there about that. The mission of the Boy Scouts of America is to prepare young people to make ethical and moral choices over their lifetime by instilling them the values of the Scout Oath and Law. One of the best places to instill those values of the Scout Oath and Law is through our summer camp program. And our summer camp is the heartbeat of the scouting movement. And I believe that, with the young ladies coming to camp, it's going to be an awesome experience for their first time to see what great things they have to be a part of at camp this summer. You'll notice there are some new things on camp. In the Copen climbing area, we've changed that title of that area to the High Adventure area, and we're going to try offering some more experiences and activities for the older scouts. So the northern tier had come down to the reservation this last couple months and ended up leaving about 8 fat tire bikes. So we'll have a whole fat tire biking program for the scouts. We moved mountain boarding over to the High Adventure area. Along with the fat tire bikes, we worked with the northern tier to establish an ice climbing hold program on the short rappel deck side of the climbing tower. So that'll be a whole new program. And then in conjunction with working with the Ossipee, we'll have an ATV program for the scouts and an older scout adventure experience where each day they'll do all kinds of new activities, like Monday they'll go water skiing and tubing, Tuesday they'll go horseback riding, Wednesday they'll go fat tire biking, Thursday they'll do a canoe trip down the White River, and then Friday they'll do can't remember if I said mountain boarding or fat tire biking, but either 2 of those. In aquatics, we've added the rowing merit badge, and one of the WOW items are paddle boards. So somebody asked earlier about what is a WOW item. WOW items are each within the resident camp fee. There's money set aside to buy really cool things to add to the program for the summer, for each summer. So this summer we used that money to help establish the ice climbing area and the paddleboard program down at the waterfront. Eagle Quest has changed a little bit. We're going to be offering 2 sessions of Eagle Quest. You know, in the past we've offered a 3-hour session and then kind of an open period in the evening. This year we're going to offer 2 2-hour sessions, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. We've also moved first aid over into this area, so the hour from 11 to 12 will be running 2 classes for first aid, and then there'll be another 2 classes that will be offered through the health officer. Shooting sports. After listening to a lot of the volunteers in the units, they asked that we expand our rifle shooting area or merit badge time from 1 hour to 1.5 hours, so that scouts have a little bit more time to shoot and have fun. And you know, who doesn't like shooting? So another piece of the shooting sports area is we added an open archery time where in the morning, so we'll have an hour of archery merit badge, an hour of open shoot, so that if kids want to stay after and shoot, they can, and then another hour of archery merit badge. So that's kind of neat. Over at the Toccasin Longhouse, we've brought back the OA Open instruction, where scouts will be building OA regalia and learn how to dance and learn drumming and just, you know, working on some of their principal practice. Communication merit badge will be offered at the Toccasin Longhouse along with the new merit badge of fly fishing. Scoutcraft area, we're working to get the welding merit badge moved out of the ranger shop and over to the Honor Ground Pavilion, so that scouts can, so that the welding program can be under the leadership of the Scoutcraft area director. Scoutcraft will offer the new merit badge for there will be emergency preparedness, and Ranger Charlie this year is going to be doing the painting merit badge. Handicraft really hasn't had any changes. That has pretty much stayed the same. We're going to try and get another a little bit stronger team down there. Environmental science, we've got a few new merit badges there. We've got oceanography, geology, fish and wildlife management, and forestry. Our Wednesday night call-out ceremony and Order the Arrow program will stay the same. I'm hoping that anybody who's an arrowman will work between now and then to really make that Wednesday night experience memorable for the parents. You know, a lot of purpose behind that is to do something really cool that their parents wouldn't otherwise be able to see. I mean, most parents, if an arrowman in most lodges, they go to a fall conclave, they normally wouldn't, parents don't normally go and watch them be called out when they go to those conclaves. So this is kind of a neat experience for the parents to see their young man or daughter soon be called out in the Order of the Arrow and not have them known that they are doing so. I do have a high expectation of building the Order of the Arrow program and the staff. I encourage any airman that to start considering on what ways that they could participate in all of the Order of the Arrow functions during the summer camp experience and outside of the summer camp experience. As far as trainings offered, we're going to try and do a few new things. Eddie had brought up a really cool program about this Gerber puzzle, and it's got like, I don't know, I think it's like 100 or 200 different experiences that you could have at camp, and over the course of a number of years, a scout can work to earn his Gerber puzzle patch. Introduction to outdoor leadership skills, we're going to work to try and offer that in conjunction with a lot of the stuff we do down at Eagle Quest. And then we added also Introduction to Conservation and Scouting, which is basically an 1.5 hour session for adult leaders to learn how to do cool things in the woods with their kids when they're on hikes and expand on the Introduction to Outdoor Leadership Skills program. The rest of this hasn't really changed. The schedule is pretty much the same. This is a preview of the activity schedule. Again, we will send a copy of this out with the contract so everybody has one and they can see it. Another cool piece about in preparation education for our adult leaders is we've identified difficulty levels for each of the different merit badges and activities as an ABC platform. So a C identification means that the merit badge is an easy merit badge, an appropriate program for beginning scouts. A B would be your, 12 and 13-year-old scouts, and then an A program would be more geared for your older scouts. I don't want to spend too much time on this because you guys can read through it. We'll talk about the evening activities and campfire activities here pretty soon. We will be using the Black Pug program. We're going to try and build a leaders lounge / computer lab in the tech center so that all the area directors can utilize that to record the merit badges or the requirement completion. One of the things that we're going to try and do in the dining hall that we haven't done in a couple of years is the evening meal, the dinner. We've done cafeteria style dinners, and we're going to try and bring back the family style dinners for each meal. I think that brings a lot of value to the units, and I've already talked to a number of leaders that are really super excited about that. Our check-in and check-out process hopefully will be the strongest and cleanest experience for our unit leaders. You got to remember when they come in and check in, this is their first exposure to us. So that's a lot of the reason why we'll be doing some training about Disney. Disney has some pretty interesting practices for their employees and how they treat their guests. Couple new things with pre-camp. Each unit will have the ability to order a t-shirt before they come to camp, and those orders will close when their final payment is due. So if you're talking with any units, encourage them to each unit to have each of their scouts buy a t-shirt. There'll be a space on the t-shirt to identify their week number and their troop number. They can also purchase their troop photos online as well before they come to camp, which will help us hopefully sell a few more items in the training post and make things a little more seamless when they come in. Those t-shirts will be delivered through the troop guides when they walk in the door. This is all stuff that is policy and troop gear list and what to do before you come into camp and campership stuff that you guys should probably know, and I would encourage you to read through this and be knowledgeable with it. So if anybody comes up to you and talks to you, you can answer them properly. And if you can't, the answer is, that's a great question. Let's go talk to the camp director. The last thing we have in here for the unit leaders is there will be a space for them to record any notes or comments or concerns on the Sunday check-in. We've listed a number of the things that they'll need to do when they come in, which will help increase the process for check-in. And then we have the same thing for checkout on Sunday. A list of items of things to go and do before they leave camp, like check lost and found, or make sure that all their advancement records are correct before they leave the gate. So now I'll go back to the PowerPoint, and I'll turn it over to Dan and Spencer.
Hello, my name is Spencer Snow for Rocket. You probably already met me before, but we're going to talk about activities and program areas. Riddles, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Why don't you go ahead and go first, Rocket?
Alrighty then. So, being the program director of Cub Scout side, I am going to deal with Cub side program. Cub side is, if you've been a Cub Scout before, you already know about this. Or if you worked on stuff before over there, you know about this. But we take groups of campers that we separate into color groups, normally separated by pack, and take them around the island, which is that landmass with a bunch of cool constructions on it, and we have them just have fun in different areas. It is not as like requirement intense, but we're gonna try and put some more like new requirement stuff so that way we can have, because a lot of packs are requesting that. But there's 10 areas from back to front. There is tree houses, flat stop, Crockett's Challenge, Wagons On, Lost Ship, Michaela, Uncharted Lands, Babe, Huck Finn, and Pirates Cove. And each of those areas have different cool things. We have 6 areas run each day, and we normally have 2 days for Weeblos and 1 day for Cubs. But now that you know a little bit about the program, the theme this year is Around the World in 3 Days on Cubs side. It is all about taking people around the world in the 3-day program that the Weeblos and Cubs have. We have a lot of ideas stirred around about like having some areas be themed like Egypt, having some cool national fun games, a bunch of cool stuff like that. Each area director will be in charge of picking their area theme and games as long as it pertains to around the world in 3 days. So some fun things that we're gonna be hopefully adding is we have a cool foosball table, giant foosball at boys side that we're gonna try and bring over to Cubs side, put it by the Wagons On area. We have slingshots, we got Rockaway range, but those have been there for a while now. Well, other than that, it's gonna be pretty standard Cubs side program. Yeah. Mills?
All right. Great job there, Rocket. So, Boy Scout side program, or I should say Scout side program, to those of you who don't know, we obviously offer large range of merit badges, which are basically introductory learning courses for all young men and women now to just learn about something really and try to get introductory to how that is, and then we try to enable them to see if they want to learn more about it. But right now, as far as new programs we're obviously offering the new High Adventure program. That's basically for your older scouts. That's where you take basically your high adventure activities like fat tire biking. We're now offering ice wall climbing off of the climbing tower, like Ryan said, and mountain boarding, stuff like that, and basically turn it into a whole fun event that the kids can do. And that will be for the older scouts. It'll be 14 and up. Then the CIT program is getting a revamp. We're basically bringing it back to each CIT will be working in a different area each week. You know, they may work for a specified amount of time, and we're looking to give that a real good revamp and increase that. As far as dining hall program or dining hall characters, we are going to kick that up a notch. So what we're going to ask is that all the staff for Scout side try and bring a little bit of their own personal costumes or flair for the theme and try to incorporate it into evening program. And also those who are actually going to fulfill parts and characters, they're going to be doing regular lunchtime stuff and like that. So we're going to have them really show off the theme and really live it. As far as each area on Boy Scout side, what you're going to end up seeing is an area emblem. What I'm going to have is each area director is going to design a emblem for their area or based off of the one that we have here in the leader's guide and kind of personalize it for the year. And then they're going to help make sure that their area really resembles one of the things going on there. One of the new things on camp is a Ninja Warrior course. You may have seen that on Tuesday we have a ninja course that we're going to be focusing on as far as evening program. Now, as far as what the program is this year, the theme It is a Moose Excellent Adventure. We'll have 3 different nights of different theme and different program going on. That way we don't narrow down on one, but basically we just offer a large scale, fun little event going on. On Monday night, it'll be, you got cowboys and a rodeo type thing going on in the activity field. On Tuesday night will be the Ninja Warrior course. We'll be offering like all the physical events and stuff. Some games to example are like high fast-paced ninja, a gaga ball tournament, Fortnite style dodgeball and stuff like that. Just some fun events going on like that. Otherwise it's business as per usual. Is there anything else you wanted me to cover, Ryan? Am I missing anything?
So again, you know, we're gonna try expanding the camp-wide activities. So, you know, each night around 7:30, 7:45. I can't remember what exact time it is right now off the top of my head, but each night there's gonna be these different themed things. So as you see, Monday is a cowboy night, and you know, like Dan said, I would encourage, you know, back when I worked on camp staff, one of the nights was Mission Impossible, and every staff member went out and got BDUs, the military costuming, and it was just made it that much more fun for the campers and actually for the staff. So Monday night's cowboy night, so I'd encourage you to start working on your cowboy getup, and you know, find a cowboy hat, or you know, go to the Goodwill and find some type of overalls or something like that. And Tuesday night will be Ninja Warrior, so start thinking about what kind of ninja you're going to look like. Would be nice if we were kind of consistent in the color ninja that we decide. Wednesday, obviously, you know, family potluck night, and Order the Arrow call out. So encourage everyone who's an arrowman in the Order of the Arrow to work on their Order of the Arrow regalia leading up to camp. I'm gonna have to dig mine out and start repairing it. So Thursday night, Order of the Arrow ceremonies, and we're gonna do Gerber Scout Parade. So each unit's encouraged to build a
float.
Float. Sorry, thank you. Each unit's encouraged to build a float out of a wagon they bring. And when I say wagon, I'm talking you know, the wagons you use to pull your groceries or your stuff to the beach in, not like a wagon like a troop trailer. Because we're gonna have a first ever Gerber Scout Parade, and if anybody is in band or anything, or has a musical instrument that you could bring, we're gonna take all the first year scouts and have a parade, and the youngest scout in the troop is encouraged to ride in the float and tow them around to the camp, to where we'll have some really cool activities like a life-size carnival, games and stuff. And then obviously Friday night with our Friday night fireball, and celebrating what kids have accomplished and achieved. So, and then Dan mentioned about the dining hall characters. You know, back in the day, one of the characters, one of my good friends, Adam Gatch, he was called Wonder Boy. And if anybody has listened to Tenacious D, there's the song called Wonder Boy. And that was his theme song, and we would play that song, and then all of a sudden he would come running in, and you know, he was this superhero and had all these powers, and he do a little skit, and then do the announcements and a song and have some fun, and it was really made the dining hall experience that much more fun for our scouts and our campers. So I'd encourage you guys to start thinking of those dining hall characters. I know that you guys are, you know, there's D&D kids out there, and you know, all these other games that you guys play that I'm not familiar with. You can kind of think of some of those characters or thoughts or whatever. Same goes for the cup side. You know, I would expect on the cup side dinner that, you know, we're doing the same thing, and the breakfast. So
But yeah, as far as the each night theme for the week, I encourage staff members to start coming up with ideas for games that we could play and that we can put on in the activity field and in other such areas like that. We're all going to try and keep the activities centralized to like one location and stuff like that. So if you think of a good game that you can play with a group of up to say 20 people at one time, by all means, don't be afraid to send it in. Otherwise,
An example of that is if we were to do the cowboy theme, maybe one of the games or the activities is four-way volleyball with a volleyball that's the size of about 8 foot tall or 6 foot tall. I mean, that was one of the things we did back in the day. It was a challenge to keep that ball inflated the entire time, but it was a really cool experience. Kids loved it.
Underground should still have that ball.
Oh, good. Good. Well, there we go. We got the ball. So that's just an example. All right. I'm going to now turn it over to Andrew Brown, and he's going to talk about paperwork and preparation leading up to camp.
All right. Hello, everyone. So, as Brent said, my name is Andrew Brown for Feathers. So, we have quite a bit of paperwork that you guys will have to fill out before camp. The first thing that you will receive is your contract. We're trying to get those out within the week or next week and a half, okay? So make sure you're checking your emails and things for those. You will have to send your contract in as soon as possible, all right? So we can get everything else moving. Once we have your contract, we will give you access to WorkBright, okay? And WorkBright is basically where we have all the rest of your paperwork in a really nice and orderly way to do it. Certain things are online trainings that you'll have to complete myscouting.org, such as YP training, weather hazard training, and there's a few other ones as well on this list. You will also have to go to a different website for the unlawful harassment prevention, which it's a course. It won't take too long. Any course that we have you guys doing is going to be free to you. We also would want at least half the staff, it's a requirement, half the staff must be CPR and AED certified. We'll be having a training. We're still working on the dates for that, but we'll be having a training for CPR and AED that everyone is able to attend. So if you guys can try and turn all the paperwork in, hopefully before the first staff training, that is the best option for us. Yeah, so we're trying to get those contracts out as soon as possible. I know someone just sent that into the chat. Is there anything else that think that should be covered at all?
So the big thing is, guys, you know, once we get contracts out to you, the sooner you can turn them around, the sooner we can put those contracts into the WorkBright system, like Andrew had mentioned, and all of the paperwork will be conducted through the WorkBright system. Okay, and so it would be a website that you go to, and I think you fill it out and save it on there as an attachment.
Yep. So how it works basically is you'll have all the forms on WorkBright, or you can upload a certain form from your desktop to WorkBright. And we'll be able to see that paperwork, and it can be taken care of really fast and easily that way.
If you're already certified for some of the things like CPR and AED, those are, again, like Andrew said, certifications that you could upload into that once we give you access to the system to do so. Okay.
And just to reiterate, you will not have WorkBright access until you send us your contract. So don't try and find WorkBright before you send us your contract.
Correct. And when we send the contracts, we're going to send all kinds of information. It'll be a job description, your contract, leader's guidebooks for both camps, hopefully, the staff manual, and the contract. And anything else that we decide we want to share with you. Probably also a flyer talking about all the trainings and information leading up to camp, so you're prepared for that as well. Andrew, do you have anything else?
I do not believe so on this slide.
Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Spencer.
Hello, everyone. Again, Spencer here. So I'm here to talk to you about what we're doing right now. It's the pre-camp all-staff webinars / trainings. We have online trainings like this every last Sunday of the month. So today, and then March 31st, April 28th, and May 26th.
February.
Did I not? Oh, I mean, I must have missed that one. February 24th as well. Each one is going to go over a different topic. Like today's is just getting ready. On February 24th, we're going over legendary camp service. And hopefully that's the idea that Mike Solgrove, if you know who that is, kind of instilled in us. That's what RJ talked about when he was talking about that saying that we should all memorize. March 31st, we'll be discussing EDGE training. EDGE being educate, demonstrate, guide, and enable. April 28th, we'll be talking about Disney customer service. I'm not too familiar with that much, but I know that we'll get something really cool about that. It's mostly about how you never see everyone frown in Disney World who works there and how they're so always willing to help. May 26th will be time management, problem solving, conflict resolution, and all that other stuff. Those are the kind of things that we would normally talk about at staff trainings, but we can conquer them on a webinar because they're pretty easy to handle there. And then we got staff trainings as well, in person, and those are 2 separate dates. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about those or that's someone else's.
The in-person dates are gonna RJ's gonna talk.
All right, cool.
So I just want to reiterate on these. It's going to be important for you guys to participate. So like our next one, it's going to be all about that service manual, and that was written by Mike Solgrove, our previous one of our previous Scout executives in the past, who's had a lot of involvement with helping make Gerber Scout Reservation what it is today, and he's done a really great job with putting that together. And it's a booklet that we're using across the state, which identifies a lot of the stuff that we currently do and a lot of the stuff that we used to do that we don't right now. The EDGE training, that's going to be a combination of the actual EDGE training of the Boy Scouts of America, some stuff from NYLT, some stuff from Wood Badge. So, and again, these are all going to be guest speakers. So these aren't going to be people that are working camp. These are volunteers and supporters in the background that are interested in helping us see success in the best summer we've ever had. That April one, the Disney thing, that's going to be run. I'm trying to get a Scout executive in Utah who basically wrote the book for Scouting University, which is the training center for the professionals down in Texas. He has had a plethora of experience with Disney and how they operate and how they train their staff, and he's got a really nice PowerPoint on that. So those are 3 I really encourage you to try and be at every single one of these. Not mandatory, but you're definitely going to get something out of it. And every time I want to make sure that we have some time to just build as a team and network and really make us one as a family. So our summer camp team is a family, and I consider all of you brothers and sisters. So I'm going to move it over to RJ. RJ is going to talk about the in-person trainings March 8th through the 10th and May 10th through the 12th.
Yes. All right. So in-person trainings, these will be at the locale of 1733 Wasapee Road. That's Camp Gerber, North Muskegon Twin Lake area. All right. Our first in-person training, that means you got to ask mom and dad or a buddy to drive you there. That's going to be March 8th through the 10th. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. On that Friday, you'll start checking in around a little after 5 to 7. Then after that, we'll be doing just some fellowship, maybe some food, and then crashing in camp and doing whatever, going to bed. That's the word. And then during those staff trainings, we will be familiarizing ourselves with everyone. We will be doing other staff trainings that we really need to be everywhere. Everybody needs to be there in person. Do more hands-on. All right. So we'll be working in teams and groups together. We'll be working in the areas, Boy Scout side, staff, Scouts BSA side, staff. They will be breaking up and going into groups working in the areas. Cub Scout side, they'll be doing that as well. We'll be doing trainings for like Fireball, how to sing, how to be loud, how to work a crowd, make people laugh, Fireball stuff. And then also, Ryan already mentioned, we're gonna really hit the dining hall program really hard. We'll be working on that. We'll be doing, like I said earlier, health and safety training. We'll be trying to generate more ideas. No idea is a bad idea. And when I say ideas, I mean program ideas, stuff that will be making camp work better, make things a lot more fun. We're gonna try either the first or the second staff training. We're gonna try and do a check-in and a check-out process. So what that means is we're gonna try and simulate what a check-in would be for camp, for Cub Scout side and Boy Scout side, right? So that you guys get a general idea, general walkthrough of kind of what's going on, and we can try and work out the kinks. We are going to work on evening program activities, all right? And so that means we're gonna be playing fun games. We're gonna be doing the things that we're gonna have the campers been doing. So we're gonna get out that giant ball and keep it in the air. We're gonna be getting out a lasso and try and do that, figure that out for Cowboy Night. We're gonna, at camp, we'll be going over merit badges, how to teach a merit badge, how to write a lesson plan. We're gonna be trying to teach you guys how to be a super den chief. Being a super den chief, it's not easy. It's something that you got to practice, you got to work at. And so we'll be going over that. And yeah, we'll be doing a lot more. We're going to be doing a lot of staff bonding. In-person staff trainings is a really good time to build up that family, get to know everybody. It's hard via internet, over the internet, over the webcam. So these are really good times to get to know each other, have fun, build up that family that we're going to be making this summer. All right. So March 8th through 10th is our first one. Our second staff training is May 10, 11, and 12. You guys need to be there. Everybody needs to be there. It's very important that you're all there, because the stuff that we're going to be going over is crucial and critical information to know to make camp successful.
If you already have commitments for those weekends, we understand. But if you don't, we really need as many people there as we can. The big thing with these is that we really want to spend time allowing you to break out with your directors of your areas so that you guys can work as a team and become one, and grow, to make sure that this summer is great and you guys really know how to expand on not just doing merit badges under a dining fly, but taking kids out in the woods and doing stuff and having a lot of fun. All right. RJ, anything else on that? Okay.
Well, yeah, one thing, staff trainings are super duper fun. If you have a lame excuse to not go, you're going. They're a lot of fun, and I promise that you guys will not regret it.
All right. And I challenge the Boy Scout side or the Scouts BSA side to compete with the Cubs side in a song off. That's going to be interesting. All right, I'm going to move it over to Dan and Andrew, and they're going to talk about positions we still have openings for on both sides.
All right. So for Betty Ford Adventureland, for the Cub Scout side, we are still looking for some superintendent chief positions, an assistant area director position. Possibly, we have a potential person for there, but we're waiting for a response fully. And then we're also still looking for a health officer. The assistant area director position we will need filled by an 18-year-old, and of course with the health officer position, you do need to be 18. Superintendent chiefs, basically for them, they have to be at least 16. If you guys know anyone who is interested in the position, please let us know, because we want them to be part of the team. Dan?
Thank you, Andrew.
Okay, guys. So as you can see, there's a few positions that we need filled on Scouts BSA side. We're looking for about 3 lifeguards. So if you know of anyone who's looking for a summer job and is either on your local swim team or is really athletic and loves the water, send them our way, definitely. We are looking for an Eagle Quest director. We're looking for a person who's slightly more mature age-wise, so roughly 25, somewhere around that range, so that way they can talk man-to-man, so to speak, with the adult leaders. Anyone who's going into education or is a teacher would be welcome. As far as an Eagle Quest staff member, if you know of anyone who's great with younger scouts and wants to work, by all means. High adventure staff, anyone who's either with venturing or anything like that, does a lot of high adventure already, we'd be more than welcome to have them. Talk to your 4-H groups, talk to all of them, your NRA guys, all those guys, see if we can't fill up those rifle range spots. Trading post, if you know of anyone who's charismatic and can really sell you a hard deal, by all means, find them for the trading post. If you know of anyone who's going into healthcare, we're looking for health officers. If you know of anyone who's not quite as high energy and you think that they might be willing to work at a dining hall, we've got positions. We are obviously also looking for handicraft, ecology, scoutcraft, and then trying to fill up that kitchen in the back so that way we can help feed you guys, because I think that's a really important part, really.
So one of the things, thank you, Dan. One of the things I'm working on right now is there are 9 food service directors in the public school system surrounding camp and the culinary school of Baker College right over there in Muskegon as well. I'm working to go after those individuals to see if any of their lunch ladies or them themselves might be interested in either some of those positions, just so you guys are aware. But if you have any lunchy ladies in your school that you guys might be interested in talking to, that has the summer off and might be interested in working summer camp in the kitchen and helping us prepare the great meals for our team and our campers, direct them to me, will you? And now we're going to open it up to questions, comments, and concerns. I would like that if you don't have a question, please keep your mic muted. Otherwise, this can go kind of haywire. One of the things that is in this is, I think there's an option that you can raise your hand. Just trying to find that. No, it doesn't have it. Okay. Well, we'll give this a shot and see how it works. So, or here's a better idea. If you have a question, I have a question in the chat column. All right, Blade, what's your question?
All right. So when are we going to be absolutely certain of the position that we're getting?
Like we said, we're working on, today, we went up to about 5:30 doing interviews again today and yesterday. So we just want to make sure that we have all of the positions correct before we find, say we put somebody in a position that was not what they wanted as their first choice, but what we had to fill, and then we find somebody that filled, that we could move them around and fill them in the right positions that they want. We just want to make sure that we don't, we're not having to backtrack after we send out those contracts. Is that fair?
It is completely fair. Also, sorry about interrupting the interview earlier.
Oh no, you're fine, bud. It's no problem. All right, Jackson.
Hello. This is actually just a comment. I put it in the chat already earlier, but I was just gonna say that you should email out this presentation to everybody so that we can like look it over again if we need to, or if we forget something.
Absolutely. We were already planning to do that. That's a great comment. I appreciate you you thinking about that. That's the type of leadership we're looking for. We will be sending this out as a PDF, not necessarily as a PowerPoint, but a PDF, so that you can look it over and have it for your records. Jacob Baker. Hans. Don't forget to unmute yourself. Okay, Jacob, we'll come back to you. Shad.
All right, so I haven't had any Boy Scout training or whatever. Will that affect anything?
No, we'll get you ready for camp. One of the things I would encourage you to do is go online and create a my.scouting account. You go to my.scouting.org, and I would encourage you to go on there. There's a training center, and you could take some of the training that we have online to get you familiar with how scouting works and the things that are out there and the way it works, what we do and how we do it. There is one course on that training site that you will have to take to be a part of the staff, which is youth protection. Okay. Yep. Cool. Caleb.
Yes.
Caleb Rowe.
Yeah, that's me. I was wondering whether or not there would be a DM attending, maybe.
A dungeon master, dude.
I would assume
I'm pretty sure we can find a dungeon master.
Okay.
Yeah, just talk to the rest of the staff. At some point, you'll find a camp.
All right, then. Thank you.
Wonderful. Wonderful. All right, Whoops. Flippers, Carol.
It's actually Flippers that has a question.
Yeah, hi, it's me. I have a question. As for working on camp, meaning getting stuff set up before summertime, what is the earliest date that we can start going there and working on camp?
Like, can we come volunteer early?
Well, no, not volunteer early, but to set up.
Well, maybe I want to volunteer early.
I guess this is mainly a Cub side thing, but when can I start working at my area?
We can talk through that at the first in-person training. We'll probably be working on some of that stuff. The big thing is that property is used during the off season for a lot of our units. So you know, in the Order of the Arrow weekend, which is I believe, the 15th, 16th, 17th. There'll be a lot of things to be done during that weekend to help us prepare. So I know that there's also a lot of Order of the Arrow service groups that are going out. Like there's the February, I want to say it's February 15th. It's on Facebook. You guys can look it up. But there's a group going out to dismantle the fallen teepees and get that cleaned up. So there's a bunch of things that are in motion, and in regards to setting up your area, I would encourage that that's a you know, run stuff past your program director, and have a conversation with him, and then he and I can have a conversation depending on what types of setup you're looking to do, because there's probably a lot of things that we would have to organize and coordinate and make sure that Charlie Brown is aware and comfortable with doing a lot of that stuff, right?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so I'm trying to figure out where we left off on this.
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
Yeah, I was wondering about the Pledge of Allegiance, because last year I was told that we didn't do it at all on both sides. And I was thinking that maybe we should try to do that this year, because I know that's been a problem in the past that's been brought up to my attention.
Yeah, we should be doing the Pledge of Allegiance at Flag.
Yeah.
We should definitely be doing it at breakfast flags. So thank you, Sasquatch, for bringing that up. That's a great leadership and very patriotic of you. Gollum agrees. Jacob, is your mic working now? Jacob Baker? Okay. Well,
Hey, Jacob, why don't you try typing out your question at the bottom? We'll get to it.
All right. Let's move over to Claw. Claw, you had a question.
Yes, I just wanted to inquire if there were start dates for senior and regular staff week.
Yes. I gotta look at my calendar. We will. That will be on your contract, actually. Your start when you're expected to be on camp. Okay. I believe it is right around the June 5th or 6th. Okay.
For boys side senior, that sounds about.
Yeah, it's different for Cub side and boy side. Yep. You're right.
Alrighty.
Thor, you had a question.
Yeah, this is about potential female campers. Is anything being done with the shower house situation on both sides of camp? Because that could be a potential problem.
Yeah, Charlie Brown's working on different things. It's not only the shower houses, it's also the restrooms. You know, one of the things that we've been told is that even the lower parts from the bottom, you know how a lot of the restrooms have that space open on the bottoms of the latrines. All of that has to be boarded up and closed off. So there are a lot of things that we've got to do in preparation for camp in regards to girls on the camp. But you got to remember, I mean, you know, we've been serving venturers at that summer camp for years, and there are girls that spend a lot of weekends out there for Venture Kickback Weekend and ILSC and Powderhorn and all those kinds of things. So, you know, our camp should be 100% ready to go this summer. But that's a great question. Thank you. Johnny. Oh, he was just making a comment. There's at least 4 dungeon masters on Cub side. Badger. Badger says you can PM me. Private message. He must be a dungeon master. All right, now we're getting into comments.
Okay. Jacob, I see you messaged me your question. So to answer the positions that were listed here,
What was
they
the
are considered unfilled. So
Okay.
that's the positions we're looking to fill.
Dan, what was the question?
For those positions in the presentation that are not open, they are confirmed, or are they confirmed with the people?
So technically, nothing's confirmed until you sign your contract. But other than that, yes, I believe.
All right, now I gotta get through all these comments about Dungeons and Dragons. Shad had a unrelated question.
So, as I stated earlier in the chat, my birthday is on one of the training days. So, just kind of wondering what that's like on Gerber.
Oh, it's gonna
Good
be
luck.
It's gonna be great.
Good luck.
It'll be
That's all I
great.
gotta say, man.
You know, I wouldn't.
What's your favorite kind of pudding?
I don't know that. 'Cause my birthday's July 1st, so it's right in the middle of camp. You know, I always had to kiss the moose. So you just may have to do that as well. We'll just make sure that the health department doesn't know about it.
Alrighty then.
Whoops, Flippers, and
Okay.
has a question.
Correction for pronunciation of my name. It's whoops, not whoops. Just getting that clear. My question is though about living situations. Is everyone on terms of boy side gonna live in row this year, or are we gonna have people at adventure base, or like what's going on?
We'll have to. We'll be making. We'll be looking at living quarters when we get to that first training. So because I'd like to have you come and stay where you'll be staying all summer, so you can kind of get that feel all the way from the beginning. Isabella.
Just a quick question about cabin B. I saw about it over the break. What's the status with cabin B and row?
What's cabin B? Is that Waterman you're talking about?
Yeah, Waterman B.
Waterman had a tree fall on it, and it's all fixed and ready to go.
Cool.
I believe Eric, isn't it?
Eric Tanhill.
Yeah, for the in-person training stuff. For May 10th, I have school, so I would have to get a ride from my parents, so I'll probably be there at like 8 or 9 p.m. if that's okay.
That's fine.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't start until around 7, so you'll be okay.
All right. Scrolling through. All right. Are there any other final comments, questions, or concerns? Fedora.
Yeah, will we have enough lifeguards, and will we have an aquatics director by camp? You know,
We again, we're working on when we get the contracts out, you know, we can start sharing some of that information, but we need 3 more. We'd like to get 3 more lifeguards. So if you know of people who are lifeguard certified and are good swimmers, please, you know, get that information, get them in touch with RJ and Dan, and we can go from there.
Even if they're not lifeguard certified, still let us know if they're interested in becoming lifeguard certified, because we can get them DSA certified.
hey, Fedora, we do have somebody lined up potentially for the job. To answer your question,
As a director.
as a director, we have an aquatics director lined up.
All right. Flippers.
Yeah, hi. Our question was for the first staff training, the in-person one, March 8th through 10th. What is the time for check-in or arrival?
It would be right around 6:30 to 7 o'clock.
Can we get there early just because, like, there could still be snow, and if it's kind of cold out, we don't want to freeze more, you know.
Is the time flexible?
Yeah, can we get there early?
What time is early?
What time do they get class on Fridays? I have work on Fridays, so until like 3 or 4. Like, I also have stuff to like do. 4 or 5.
We'll see. We'll let you guys know when we get closer to, okay?
Gucci.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Blade, you had a question.
Yes, I do. My question was, I actually asked this quite a bit earlier, but will staff members, such as me and the other people on this meeting, will be able to participate in events such as the Ninja Warrior?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the whole point, is that the entire staff is doing one evening camp-wide activity as a team. You know, for those that have the night off, they'll have the night off and be out having, you know, doing whatever they want to do for their night off. But the rest of the staff would be expected to be participating and involved in those evening activities. For the Cub side, it might be a little bit different, right? But the Boy Scout side, absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
Claw, you have a question. Oh. Unless you want to ask it.
Well, if nobody else is going, I just wanted to make sure it's something that I just wanted to check with you. It doesn't have to be in front of everyone. I just wanted to make sure you were aware of it. So
you can send me a private message. You don't have to do it to everyone. You just we're next to 2. There's a drop-down box, and you can select my name and send me the question.
yeah, sorry, this is rather complicated.
That's all right. All right. Any other questions? Blade, go ahead.
I'm sorry about this, but given the fact that I am 15 years old currently, and I will not be 16 until June 27th, and I believe like camp starts a bit before then, will I be paid like starting at camp, or will I be paid starting on my birthday?
Well, let's take that conversation offline, and you can reach out to me and we can talk.
Perfect. Thank you.
Claw, yes, I did receive the text. I have not read it yet. But I will, or I'll call you after. All right. Any other questions, comments, or concerns? David Jordan. David Jordan.
Hi, sorry, I forgot to unmute myself. I was talking to one of my friends, and she might be interested in being a lifeguard, but she needs some information. Is there a way I can like get that to her? Like,
So
are you
just-
having more stuff? Interviews? Question mark.
We will be scheduling interviews as needed, and we will not do a campaign interview date where like we've had yesterday and today. There'll be one-off interviews, and it may not consist of the entire team. It may just be, you know, myself and the camp director, or myself and the program director, or maybe the program director and the camp director. But yes, we will work to make those as readily available as possible.
Okay.
But get that information to RJ and Dan and Andrew and Spencer so that we can take care of that.
Okay.
Rook.
It's actually Rachel. I just have a question what we're going to do, if we're going to have anything specific, like members that are going to help if there's physically impaired, like a staff specifically helping if there's a troop that they don't have all the aid they need.
I'm sorry?
I don't understand. is there going to, like, for special needs kids, are we going to have some staff that are going to be able to work with them directly if they need more help than their troop is able to provide?
I would hope that all of our staff is prepared to work with special needs unit scouts and scouters. I mean, I remember when, you know, we had Down syndrome scouts that came to camp, and it was the highlight of their life. And, you know, we had scouts that came in wheelchairs, and, you know, down at the beach, people would just go out of their way to help them, you know, get through the sand and what have you. I would expect that everyone goes above and beyond, and that's part of that Disney training that we're going to talk about, and the +1 customer service that RJ was talking about expectations in the beginning.
With that, normally if they need any transportation help or anything of that nature, we would have the ranger or anyone else who's on the list of drivers for camp help them get around, at least on Cub side.
Same thing on boy side.
Okay, Quentin. No, Quentin, your question. Don't forget to unmute yourself.
So, as we're working camp staff, is there any like fees we have to pay for food or anything like that?
Yeah, we're going to charge you your entire paycheck for room and board. It's a real lucrative summer for us, so there's no fees for you.
Okay. I just know when I worked NYLT staff last year, we had to pay for food.
Nope, all food, lodging is covered.
Unless you decide you want to. I mean, you know, you could be a hooligan like some of the guys that are going to come up this summer and just spend a week or whatever. That's totally up to you. I know that we do have one hooligan on the call. His name's Jacques Bahar. He's a hooligan all the way from Utah. And so Jacques has an interesting role this summer. He's going to be my assistant reservation director. Job description to be determined. So I hope that you guys get a chance to meet and talk with Jacques. He's going to be our go-to guy and my right-hand man for when I'm not available or around, and also when I am around. But Jacques, I didn't know if you want to share anything at all to the team about your experience with summer camp staffs and why you're so excited to work with us this summer.
Well, for me, I've been working with the council now for a year. I was at DBAR several years back, then took a 2-year hiatus, came back to DBAR, and this year they decided that they wanted me to go to Gerber. I've got lots of experience with, I've been a COPE director and an aquatics director, program director, camp director. I've been up and down the ladder, and I'm just there to support all of you. I'm there to help. If you've got questions, if you need help with teaching a class or how to teach a particular class, or if you need help in the trading post or wherever it happens to be around camp, I'm there as a resource. Yeah, I'm an old guy. I'm card carrying Medicare, but I loved it, summer camp, and I love coming to camp. So reach out and just say hey.
Thanks, Jacques. Flippers, you asked about pets. What kind of pet?
Pardon?
No, there was another question from Flippers about personal pets. What type of pet were you guys talking about? Cats? No. Fish? I'll think about it. No, you can bring your fish, but no cats. No cats at the camp. Caleb asked about advertising to the lunch ladies. I would encourage you to just give them my email address if they have any interest in working on camp as a cook or in the food service area. I'm going to put my email address in the chat column. So anytime you guys have a question, you can reach out to me. But I'd prefer if you are going to, if you have a question, I'd prefer that you call me on my cell phone. I am not one who sits behind a desk, nor am I stationed at any point in time for more than probably 4 hours. So, so if you have questions, give me a call. If you want to help share, or if you're trying to introduce us to somebody, you can shoot them an email or shoot me an email. All right. Any other questions that anybody has, comments or concerns? Yes, pet rocks are always welcome.
I sent you a personal question.
Sorry, I might have missed it. Can you resend it to me?
Yeah.
Staff rock. Sasquatch, help me with this. What's a staff rock?
Okay, so for Cubside, I found this rock my first year in Little Britain, and every year I have all of Cubside sign it if they haven't signed it yet.
Okay.
Is that okay?
I guess so. I'll allow it one time. All right. Any other comments anybody has? You know, I'll tell you what, guys. I am super excited about this summer. You know, we've got an awesome team right here. You know, again, this is not everybody. I know that tonight there was a lot of people who couldn't make it. But I'm super excited to see us move forward and launch to a wonderful wonderful summer this summer. Our next pre-camp session again is Sunday, February 24th at 6 p.m. It'll be at the same location, same time. I would encourage you to make sure that you come on via a computer or your phone app. Somebody's giving us some feedback. I don't know who that is. But the meeting ID is 149-096-5580. Thank you to each of you for what you do in helping us provide a stronger program for Scouts. I just want to share a little thing that sits on my desk. And it's a little picture of that was given to me by let's see if you can see this. You're not gonna be able to see it very well. Anyway, it has a picture of Scouts on a dock that looks almost identical to ours. And one year I was a assistant aquatics director, so this kind of resonates with me because that was a year that I really got excited about some things with, you know, kids that were in special needs, and we had some really kind of cool experiences. But it says retention, a well-planned program delivered by a trained leader with a strong outdoor program supported by a good commissioner attracts and retains youth. Almost all of those things apply to what we do. A well-planned program which we're trying to accomplish, a strong trained staff, a strong summer camp program, and a strong group of individuals that will make sure that our scouting programs are the best ever, attracts and retains young men. And as our mission of the Boy Scouts, again, to help prepare young men and women to make ethical and moral choices over their lifetime, and instilling in them the values of the Scout Oath and Law of, on my honor, I'll do my best to do my duty to God and my country, obey the Scout Law, help other people at all times, keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. And those 12 points that we remember every day and every action that we do in our lives: trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, all the way to reverent, makes those young men and those scouts in our programs live and learn by those two scout oath and law. And the memories that we create will last forever in those young men's lives. And I am so excited to have each and every one of you on our team to help build those memories and create those cool things leading up to a great summer this summer. I know that there's a bunch more questions on here, but if you have a question, again, you can give one of the team leaders a call. I would encourage all RJ and Dan and Andrew and Spencer, and make sure that you put in that chat column real quick your email address and phone number so they can reach out to you. We will do our best to make sure that we get you guys those contracts out as soon as we possibly can. And we look forward to seeing you guys again down the trail on February 24th. All right. Thanks, everybody.
See you guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
Good night.
So long, fellas.
Night.
See ya.
Adios, my friend.
Adios.
Hey, RJ, Dan, and Spencer, and Andrew.
I'm sticking around.
Yeah.
Stick around if you can.
Can do, my bro.
Yeah.
Did you delete my email?
No, I hit enter. It's up there.
Yeah, but Quentin said that. Oh, sweet. Thanks, Quentin.
Are we muted? No.
No, we're not.
I can hear everything that you're saying. It's hilarious.
I mean, that's fun. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure. Hey, Badger. You didn't kill the ring central for your computer. Oh, you did. I'll be back in
We're
just a
all
second.
alone. There's no one here beside me.